All right, people, I think it's time to take back New York. Have a look at this. Have a look what is happening in New York. American police, wow, people used to talk about it. You don't mess with the NYPD. Don't mess with them. And look at this. They've become a joke. These pro-Palestinians, they've been barricaded and they're trying to break in and enter a synagogue of all places. So they want to attack a synagogue in New York. Oh, they have broken through. Where are the rubber bullets? Now, what if I told you that there is a better way of making money? Just this year, something interesting happened. While everyone was busy arguing about energy transitions and climate targets, the real world quietly reminded us how things actually work. Global infrastructure is booming. Military spending is surging. Entire regions are building at a pace we haven't seen in decades. And all of it depends on one thing: steel. Around 1.9 billion tons of steel are produced every year, and every single ton requires metallurgical coal. Not as a fuel you can swap out, but as a chemical input with no large-scale replacement. No coal means no steel. No steel means no warships, no fighter jets, no infrastructure, no modern defense systems. That's not ideology. That's physics. In fact, the US government recently declared a national emergency to expand coal supply chains, recognizing just how critical this material has become. Which brings us to Forge Resources, trading as FRG on the CSE and FRGGF on the OTC. Forge is positioning itself right in the middle of the supply crunch. Their flagship asset, the La Estrella project in Colombia, isn't some speculative idea. It's fully permitted and actively advancing, sitting directly inside a supply chain the world is scrambling to secure. And Colombia itself is emerging as a key global supplier of metallurgical coal with strong trade alignment with the United States and growing strategic importance. Meanwhile, prices are telling the same story. Met coal has pushed toward $240 per ton in 2026. That's not a random spike. That's the market reacting to a structural shortage. Here's the reality most people miss. The biggest driver right now isn't demand, it's the lack of new supply. And when supply gets tight in something this critical, the companies positioned early tend to benefit the most. That's the space Forge Resource is operating in. If you want to understand where steel, energy security, and global defense trends are heading, it's worth taking a closer look. Check out the link in the description to learn more about Forge Resources and whatever they're building. Now let's get back to the video. How did it get this bad? Oh, I know. Because you elected a Muslim mayor. Look at this. A man is shocked by the number of Muslims occupying streets in New York to pray, despite the presence of more than 500 mosques. They do that. They've been doing that in England. They've got a lot of practice. And they're doing that in New York. They're doing that in American cities because it's a sign of domination.
المسلمين اللي بيصلوا العيد في واشنطن سكوير بارك في نيويورك دي كلها مسلمين ومش عرب اغلبهم. الله اكبر اكبر الله اكبر. Where are those idiot wokes who voted Mamdani in? Do they like this? I think they do. Man, being a lefty woke lunatic is just next level. It's next level. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. They're holding on to their dear life, these coppers. 20 years ago, it was a totally different world. They wouldn't have dared. They wouldn't have dared. They're trying to break into a synagogue, guys. They're trying to break into a synagogue. Where are the rubber bullets? Where are the batons?
What are you doing? It's a zone that you can walk. What the f are you doing? Jesus, back up. For what?
Striking a law enforcement officer used to be a big no-no. I wonder how old law enforcement officers are watching this. I wonder what they think. Because they used to be like, if you even touch them, they will break your bones. I miss those days, actually. He's a Muslim. At least he's doing his job. He's not saying, hey, get in. I wouldn't look. I wouldn't tell if you don't tell. Look, I know America, you can't ban symbols, you can't ban these flags, or you can't ban any chants like Australia or the UK have done because of your free speech constitutional rights. But you can cancel citizenships. I know Marco Rubio is canceling visas and even green cards of these people. But what do we do about those who are American citizens? Surely you can find a work around it. These people are not loyal to America. They are going to dismantle America brick by brick. They have no loyalty to America. What's up there? What's up there? Why is everyone pointing up there? What's going on? Anyway, what's going on up there? Anyway. So, you got to take it back, guys. How do you take it back? Well, first of all, you got to do things like these. Look at this. I love this video of Jake Lang. He's a bit of a dick, though. He had a go at Tommy Robinson. He was being extremely racist towards Valentina Gomez. Not that I'm a huge fan of her, but he was just having a go at her because she's a Mexican or Colombian.
Why aren't you guys dressed like Americans?
I'm a takeover. I am American. I've been in Texas.
This is not how Americans dress. No, it's not. This is a takeover. This is a displacement. You guys are wearing dresses. This is not how men dress. This is not how men dress. You guys are dressed like...
Jake Lang, I think, is a very anti-Israel guy, so false accusation.
Women, though, out here.
Islamification is your ability to practice your religion is one thing, but you guys are changing the culture, the dress, the style of language, everything. All of the street corner sides are different. I had a dress code in school, in high school. I have to wear what Americans wear, right? We're all Americans.
Okay, so why aren't you dressed like an American now? So you went to high school dressed like an American now, but you're dressed like a terrorist invader.
There's a way to dress like an American.
Yes, there is. Like the police officers are wearing belts, they're wearing pants, they're wearing shoes. That's how Americans are dressed. Do you guys want to see the Islamic takeover of America? Do you want to see all white Christians be expelled from our homelands? You guys want to see Americans deceased and Islamic people?
Absolutely, that's what they want. So if they can use their free speech to dismantle America, you can use your free speech to defend America. But I can't wait for this. Tom Homan, one of my favorite Americans of all time. Have a listen to him. ICE is coming to New York, and that's going to be really interesting.
I want you to listen closely to what Kathy Hochul said in response to your promise to do more. Watch.
All I'll say to Mr. Homan is that Donald Trump himself said he would not send a surge of ICE agents to the state of New York unless I ask. I'm not asking.
Tom, she says she's not asking, so essentially, butt out.
Well, Governor Hochul, I'm not asking either. I said it, we're going to do it. You know, she wants to sign legislation. She supports this legislation. It's going to lock us out of jails. It's going to end 287G agreements. And it's going to prevent us from arresting a criminal alien in safety and security of a jail. We have partnerships in New York, you know, throughout the state. not everywhere, but she wants to end the partnerships we currently have, which means now we got to send a whole team to look for a criminal that we could have arrested in the safety and security of a jail, which is safer for the officers, safer for the alien, certainly safer for the community. So you're forcing us into the neighborhoods to find this person, which means since we lost the efficiencies of the jails that you want to lock us out of, now we got to send a whole team out there to find this person. So of course we're going to increase manpower a lot. And not only that, she says she wants to protect the migrant communities. Really? Because now we arrest an illegal alien. We can't rent a bed from any of the sheriffs in New York State. So what are we going to do? We're going to arrest that illegal alien. We're going to fly them to Texas, Arizona, to one of the detention facilities there, away from their families, away from their attorneys. This is what we have to do because she forces this position. And we're going to do it. They're not going to stop us. They can put all the roadblocks they want, but we're going to do this job.
And I can't wait for this. Time to roll your sleeves up, get to work, and start kicking these people out. No more Mr. Nice Guy.